Meow. Oh.
Date, the person in Iris's letter. The one she trusts most. Who do you think that is?
Who does Iris trust the most? Uncle.
I see. The man Hitomi was dating 6 years ago.
He was a thoughtful, reliable man. I thought of him as a father.
It was probably Renju.
But Iris said that she was looking for him. What are the odds she found him just now? I don't think that's possible.
She found him because of Renju, though.
I think so too.
Yep.
Remember what Iris said?
I look up to him. He's done so much for me. I know I can rely on him more than anyone else.
According to the mermaid at Sunfish Pocket,
he was looking for Iris.
I think Renju called Iris.
And Iris went looking for him.
Exactly.
Then what can I do? We've been looking for Renju. Everyone at HQ is looking for him too. Not to mention he's on the run with number 89. And even with all of that, we haven't found him. We don't even have any leads.
If we only had some clues to work with.
Then we wouldn't be in this mess.
Are you giving up? Iris might be with number 89 at this very moment. We need to find her immediately.
The GPS.
Now think, Date. Where would Renju go?
Sagan household. I wouldn't think his house because everyone's looking for him. His house would be the last place he'd go. Sagan is Hitomi's house, right? Or is it the... Sunfish and Lemniscate are my...
I got a call from Mizuki. She went to Lemniscate, but no one was there.
Okay.
It's true that they've known each other for some time. But when we went to the house, he was not there.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember if Sagan was their last name.
Ota already searched Sunfish Pocket.
Of course he did. Yeah.
It's open for business.
So,
However,
pick the
Iris
most...
was not there. I didn't ask about Renju, but I am sure that he would have told us.
So like everybody thought he would be there if they were looking for him. So like I don't know. Like the most obvious is the least obvious kind of thing.
Renju's house is currently occupied by officers from HQ. If he went back there, we would have been contacted.
Okay, so all of them were wrong, so why were they options? Jesus Christ. Cold storage warehouse again.
The cold storage warehouse. Maybe he's there.
Yes, waste our time. If that was an option, I would have picked that right away because of the end of the last freaking scene. Duh. And it's not covered by a bunch of guards this time. I wonder why.
There is no one here.
Damn. He's not here? Let's go, Iba.
Wait.
What's wrong? Is there someone here?
No living organisms detected.
Then...
No living organisms detected.
Uh-huh.
You mean...
Let's search the area. We might be able to find something.
Or someone. The refrigerator. Oh, it was a switchboard. Okay. Ice cutting machine.
On Sunday night, you saw Iris's body here?
Yeah. Her dead body was right here on the workbench.
So we found her corpse. There's nothing here now. X-ray. Ugh.
No. This can't be.
We hid the body.
Iris. Iris.
So they tried to scan already. Did you copy their brain? The case remains unsolved. I'm off to bed. Enjoy the rest of your night. Okay, Sal. Have a good night. Dun dun dun! And I think that's where I'm gonna end it. Because it's 1 a.m. He told me! Yep. Classified. Okay. Locked. Okay. So the only other open case is on this side. Begin sync. I'm going to do the child drawings this time instead of the weird killer one. we've seen all this. Activate! Alright.
A CRT TV.
Last time we turned the dial. So we're gonna hit it.
Fixing it by hitting it is an old-fashioned approach.
Do it.
Well, this is an old-fashioned object, so...
Ayy. You killed it. My
What was that
ears.
just now?
A child's drawing of a rat.
Iris must have drawn it.
It is not yet possible to determine that. Let's continue the investigation.
Oops. Yes, we've done this part. We've gotten almost to the very end of it before I ran out of time. And then we went the other way.
I see many objects in the room.
Investigate the bottle. Kaboom!
What?
You blew up the frog! It's dead
The
now.
explosions appear to have stopped.
The explosions made the room change.
This is a dangerous dream, but we must continue.
Ka-ching! We got as far as ripping the book the first time around. So there's the butterfly, and there's a book with a butterfly.
It appears to be a butterfly reference book with pictures.
Rip!
That
R.I.P.
will be difficult with it being this thick.
Do it. Done. Killed it.
The butterfly effect.
I suppose that is somewhat accurate,
Kind of.
The more you do, the less time you have.
but we have no choice but to investigate further.
Right.
Okie dokie.
Four minutes.
Oh, what did I do next? I forgot what I did. Okay, TV. Locker. No, that's it. Locker.
Just a locker.
Open it, biatch.
That was close. If this were the Delta Princess, I would have been stabbed.
I don't get that
Why
reference.
was it booby-trapped?
I do not see anything else inside. Would you like me to examine the knife?
Good idea.
Jace.
The knife that flew out of the locker.
Now, I've had her try and push it. She punched it when I told her to push it. And then when I told her to do seppuku, they did this weird enactment trying to make it sound like some old samurai show, which was really dumb and time consuming. But Tro,
Like this?
yes.
What? I only threw it lightly.
Killed it.
An oil drum, television, and torso.
This is
think
where I
I
ran out of
understand.
time.
I'm starting to see the picture.
I do not yet understand
I don't
it.
understand it, but I know what to do. See, I spent all my time looking at this gas canister, and it had literally nothing to do with anything.
An oil drum.
Look inside. Walk this way. It's censored. Oh my. Stares at it.
Ugh.
Oh. My eyes and ears.
What does this mean?
Means oil.
Bullets?
They might be used for something. Let's keep them.
Magnum bullets. The gun.
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way.
Seems that way.
Can we use the bullets we found earlier?
Uh-huh.
This could work. I'll try shooting it.
Killed that cat. Retro. How could you? Splat! Killed it! I'm not supposed to kill tigers. Poachers! And this is really weird, because that is a female body. Like, all the way up to the boobas. And then all of a sudden it has the mayor's head on top of it. And he's either sleeping or dead. And he's being kissed. I don't understand any of this. Ew! Ew! Is the mayor a cross-dresser?
What
He
happened
has
during
a
that
secret
Somnium?
life of cross-dressing. He doesn't want anybody
I saw
to
the
know
whole thing
about.
on the monitor.
But we're just as confused as you are.
Yeah.
Well, upon further reflection, it is not so strange.
Oh, Iba.
Dreams are developed outside of our conscious will. When you sink into Somnium, there is no guarantee of what you will discover.
What about the figure?
Could have been Iris herself.
That is a possibility. The sinker sees the subject's dream from the third person.
That means that Iris... She must have met So Tsujima somewhere.
We did see Congressman Tsujima in there.
We saw that shadow kiss him, too.
Did that happen in reality?
Not necessarily. I'm sure you've had dreams of kissing celebrities and porn stars, right?
The first part, yes, but the second part, no.
You sure about that?
No.
Anyway, you know what I mean.
God damn it.
A dream is not made up entirely of memories. It can include things outside of your memory, like TV or movies.
Even if the figure was supposed to be Iris, her smooch in Somnium does not necessarily reflect her actions in reality.
Smooch.
You can't use the word smooch.
Why not?
So we don't know if Iris and So are acquainted.
That's right, because So is a celebrity of sorts. It's possible she just saw him on TV or online.
Awkward silence.
Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
Got it. I gave my short reply and headed to the sink room.
Putting me to sleep when I wasn't expecting it? You cops are more rough than I thought.
You signed a
Aw.
consent form before you came in here, didn't you?
You forced me to sign it.
Not really.
Anyway, Iris, I have some things I want to ask you.
What?
How are you
I'm
feeling?
okay. Normal, I guess. Why? Did you do something that would make me sick?
I just took a peek inside your head is all.
Inside my head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know his name and face. I've never met him.
You haven't?
I'm just an internet idol. It's not like I have connections to politicians or anything.
This is true.
Iris, let me ask one thing. The message Ota sent you on Nile. I won't tell anyone about that thing. What is that thing?
He's a shrimp.
I don't know. Ota's the one who wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
You should ask him.
Iba, Ota's phone is still broken, right? But he definitely sent that Nile message.
Ota purchased a new phone in Akihabara yesterday.
With the same number?
Yes.
Call it.
Ring, ring.
Connected.
Hey, it's Kaname Date. Where are you? Ota, I know you can hear me.
At home. I'm at home.
Got it. Wait right there. I'm coming over.
Is Tessa still at the police station?
Yes?
If you want me to talk, release her. Criminal Procedure Law number 198. Persons may refuse to heed a summons or leave the supervision of the police at any time unless they are arrested or detained. Tessa isn't a suspect. According to Article 223, this applies to all persons...
We're not even holding her against her will.
You haven't issued an arrest warrant for Tessa, right? So if you don't release
We
her
brought
right
her in
now,
and she was just like,
you are
okay.
violating the law.
Damn.
Do we have a deal? You want my testimony, right? Bring Tessa here, and I promise I'll tell you everything I know.
Say testimony like it's some kind of trial.
This
But
kid
it's
is
not.
starting to get on my nerves.
So, what are you going to do?
Shit.
Alright.
Iris, come with me. We're going to Matsushita Diner.
Were you talking to Ota?
Yeah, telepathically. I have special powers.
Why do you have to say... Why can't
Anyway,
you
let's go.
not? Didn't you tell everybody you had like one of those little phone things built into your ear? Why can't you just stay like that?
Tessa!
Thank you, Ota. It's thanks to you.
That what?
That's right. It's not like you can do whatever you want just because you're the police.
Maybe not. But you better keep your promise.
Where's your mom?
She's in the living room in the back. I think she's watching TV or something.
Okay.
Did you come all the way here just to ask me that?
No.
So let's hear it. What is that thing?
That thing?
The
Don't play dumb.
fanny pack that you see on his belt is probably a reference to it's a tokusatsu show. My roommate watches all the time, but for some reason my brain won't come up with the name of it. Kamen Rider, that's the name. Yeah, Kamen Rider, they have they all basically have these like drives and stuff that they put inside of this belt type thing, and it does a little something, and it makes them transform into their common rider outfit. Yeah, but yeah, it's usually within a belt buckle.
You sent that message to Iris.
And he's a nerd, so.
Oh, Date, will you do me a favor?
No.
What?
There's a picture on the counter, right?
Yeah, and?
I want you to take a good look at it.
The photo.
Yes, the photo.
Gullible man. Last time you looked behind you, you got tased. Ugh. Now you've got walked. And that smile again. But this time the eye is completely functional. Dun dun.
Head is pounding. What time is it?
The day has turned over. It is Monday, 2:50 a.m.
And they're gonna be
You've
dead!
been unconscious for nearly 5 hours.
Like always!
Ota got me, didn't he?
Maybe they're both gonna die this time
He
again.
did. He struck you over the head with the walk.
Little bastard. Why did he do that?
I don't
Because he's a
know,
little
but
bastard!
afterward, he ran off with Iris.
How do you know?
You had lost consciousness, but I was still watching. I recorded video of the incident. Take a look.
Dun-na-na-na, dun-na-na-na, dun-na-na-na-na.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
You witch! You stay away from my boy!
Now this is suspicious. What did she do? Did she touch her head, or
Tessa! What's wrong?
magically
something happen?
brainwashing somebody, or whatever?
No, everything's fine.
No.
Okay, let's go.
Huh.
Ota.
It's like it's making her senile or whatever. Don't understand.
Why didn't you chase them?
I'm sorry.
Because she
should've
could have done
jumped out of
something
my
with
eye
your
and
little
ran
bear
after them.
form.
I couldn't move. The mechanics controlling my ambulatory motion were short-circuited by the blow to your head.
Uh-huh.
Date, the boss is calling.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Mimosa dessert.
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video.
Okay, so we're going back to the panda thing. Not panda thing, but, polar bear thing. Okay. We've done this before.
Iris.
Same exact outcome as before. Literally the same exact outcome.
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iva, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site.
Well, yeah, you won't make it in time. You never do. I kept my foot on the gas the whole time. I feel the sweat in my palms. The engine raised high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time has passed? The feeling of time itself has disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Yeah, That's when the polar bear shows up.
That sick bastard!
Date, we've almost reached the destination.
Please, please let me make it in time.
You won't. Because I skipped it, but Ota pops up and is like, no, don't you dare! And then it's silent for a long time, and then the polar bear comes back. Oh! So I made it to the fishery before he sliced her in half? What? This time, anyway? Oh, hey! That's new. They didn't end
You
up
okay?
dying.
Date.
Where did they go?
Through the back door.
Just hang on, Ota. Help is on the way.
Oh, she's still breathing.
Don't worry, Iris is alive. Backup is en route to this location.
She's missing her eye,
Date,
though.
pursue the culprit.
How about you
All right,
get her away
I'm on
from the
it.
blades first? He actually made it this time.
Any traces of the culprit?
Still nothing. We also didn't catch the culprit on any of the surveillance cameras.
And of course, I
They
never
probably
caught
got
him.
away through the back alley.
While wearing a polar bear costume.
Maybe they
Yup.
took it off and threw it in the ocean.
If it were filled with something heavy, it would sink to the bottom.
Hmm. Has CSI found anything about at the warehouse?
It's still ongoing, but they haven't found anything of note yet.
Of course not. They never
Date,
seem to.
Iba, go to the warehouse again and investigate. You two might be able to find some useful clues.
Oh, okay, what about the other
They
two?
were taken to Central Hospital. Ota's surgery went well. He's in treatment now. He's stable, nothing life-threatening.
I need to talk to him and ask him why he knocked
Iris,
me over the
though.
head.
Is she
And
still in surgery?
what made them
Yeah.
end up there?
Iris's left eye was forcibly removed. Because the optic nerve is connected to the brain, the surgery will take some time to complete.
She's not gonna make it through surgery. I bet you. Have you contacted Hitomi? Mayumi?
Of course.
Thank you.
Hitomi's at the hospital, waiting for the surgery to finish.
And Mayumi?
She was at the hospital earlier, waiting for Ota to get out. I think she went back home to get some clothes and things for Ota's hospital stay.
Date, last night, Mayumi left the diner to chase after Iris and Ota. Perhaps
No, she
knows something.
walked.
Yeah, she might. Let's listen to Mayumi's story.
You should ask Iba about that.
Yes, I have already done some research. Okiura Fishery is owned by the Okiura we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
But it's still connected to
The
him.
company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management.
That doesn't mean he's not
In short,
involved.
Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
So it's a coincidence the criminal chose that location?
Unknown.
I want to hear from a representative of Okiura Fishery. Oh,
They're giving statements at HQ right now. The line is pretty long.
I
You
bet.
could just talk to Mizuki.
Right. She's part of the Okiura family too. Oh, speaking of. Hey boss, did you end up sending anyone to take care of Mizuki yesterday?
Jeez, you're finally getting around to asking that? Yes, she's fine. I had one of our new recruits take her. She took her back to your house, so Mizuki should still be there.
Okay.
So Mizuki's at home.
And I'm fairly certain she's furious with you.
Good.
After leaving her alone with Mama, I mean.
Mama's cool.
So, Sejima? He was in Iris' Somnium yesterday.
In a
Right,
woman's body.
But Iris says she's never met him.
Why not ask So about it?
So lives in Azabu, right? I guess I could.
Well, I should go
All right,
investigate.
boss. I'm going to investigate all this.
Got it. We're counting on you.
Let's go, Iva.
Roger that.
All right. Storage warehouse. Meow.
Two cars.
Menswear.
These cars have been parked here since before 3:17 a.m.
Yes.
One van and one station wagon.
See who they're registered to and look inside them. If the cops haven't done that yet, I'm surprised. I asked him about the investigation, but there's been no progress. Of course there hasn't. There never is. Gear fishery, cold storage warehouse. Blah 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 blah.
Who owns the van?
The Matsushita family. It appears as though it was used for transporting ingredients and supplies.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
So that's probably theirs.
Ota's fingerprints were found on the steering wheel and gearshift. Iris's fingerprints were found around the passenger seat. Those were the only prints recently made. This station wagon is a stolen car.
Of course it is.
Stolen.
Last night, the owner of the vehicle reported it stolen. It was stolen at 10:33 p.m. yesterday. The theft occurred in Fuchu, Tokyo, in the parking lot of Famisto, a convenience store along Koshu Highway.
The Famisto parking lot, huh?
The car was stolen while the owner was shopping inside the store. The vehicle's engine was on. The doors might have even been unlocked, which would have made the theft easy for the culprit.
Was there anything else found inside the car?
There was one thing.
What was it?
Ota's cell phone. The one he purchased 2 days ago in Akihabara. It slid under the driver's seat.
Where's the phone now?
Its data is being inspected and evaluated.
Good. Because, like, what made them come here?
Who took the car?
Ota Matsushita.
What?
What?
Ota got into the car and drove off. The security cameras at the convenience store caught the entire incident.
Okay.
Ota's fingerprints were also found on the steering wheel of that car. There is no doubt that it was Ota.
But
The stream of the polar bear started around 3 a.m.
so he drove one
Correct.
car, left it there, and then came back
About
and
10 minutes
took
later,
the other car?
Ota appeared on screen.
Ota stole the car at 10:33 p.m. That makes 4.5 hours until he appeared on screen.
I cannot find anything in the vicinity that could be a clue.
Okay.
Me either. Let's check inside the warehouse.
So something happened that made them take the car to the
Wow,
fishery,
it's
and
cold
then
in here.
Ota wasn't
The air
around.
conditioners have stopped.
So he stole somebody's
However,
car in order to
the
make it.
insulation in the walls has kept the room temperature close to what it was this morning.
What happened?
I should
after
finish
they
this
knocked me
investigation
out?
before I freeze to death.
Well then, you had better get started.
We see each other a lot, don't we?
Yeah, wish it were under better circumstances.
Indeed.
Too bad you're not a girl. This could be the start of something.
Yeah, thinking the same thing.
Oh God.
No, nothing so far.
Blood! It's Ota's blood. Aren't you cold? Yes.
Yeah, some engineer from NRIPS created a jacket lined with heating wires.
Whoa.
That keeps me warm. Nice, right?
I mean,
All
I
the cops and
guess.
inspectors around here are wearing them.
You're still shivering.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
What was he streaming on? What program?
All of these
I'm
items
like,
have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
and like what website?
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner.
So how were
However,
they able to get
I
into the
found the
Wi-Fi
password
without a
written
password?
directly on the router. Anyone who saw
Oh.
it could have used it.
Okay.
3 a.m. this morning. Iris was lying right here.
If Ota hadn't come to save her, it would have been too late. That machine is used to cut ice. We have gathered testimony from the workers regarding it. This has always been in the warehouse, so the suspect did not bring it here.
Any fingerprints?
Nothing. No fingerprints have been found at the scene at all. This entire warehouse is clean.
I see.
The tires of the forklift are clearly frozen to the ground.
It hasn't been moved in a long time. What are you thinking?
Nothing. It just seemed noteworthy.
Are you sure? Look at it again. Last time, her body was inside of it.
There are only a few items on the shelf. Is this warehouse not in use?
Shadow. Whoa.
Huh, there's something there.
You should go pick it up.
Huh. I recognize this.
An Odoroki Man chocolate.
Oh,
You've been collecting them for 3 years. Each chocolate contains a special
I've
sticker
been
inside.
collecting them for 3 years.
Years ago, you started buying them from Mizuki, but eventually, you got hooked on them. Even after Mizuki lost interest, you kept buying them.
That's a bittersweet memory. The Odoroki Man chocolate. Why is this here?
Perhaps we can use it as a clue. Let's investigate further.
Strange.
Oh, it's freezing.
Date, we're at our limit. We've examined everything of interest here. Let's go elsewhere.
I agree.
Diner. Meow. Are you just sitting there, lady?
Who might you be?
It's me, Kaname Date. We met yesterday. I gave you my card.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
so how can I help you?
Huh. About last night.
Last night? What time?
Before 10 p.m.
Oh, I was already asleep by 10.
No, you weren't.
You were sleeping? That can't be.
Ota.
You left the diner to chase after Ota and Iris. I saw the whole thing with my own left eye.
Left eye? Not both your eyes?
Well...
Anyway, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go anywhere last night. I was asleep. I was dreaming.
Dreaming?
Yes, a very nostalgic dream. It was when my son had just started elementary school. I had Ota run an errand for me, and he was taking so long, and I was waiting. My husband said it was nothing to worry about, but I couldn't take it anymore and went to look for him. I found him at a traffic signal, crying. He said he couldn't come home because the signal was still red.
Oh my god.
But it was one of those crossing signals you have to push. That boy didn't even notice it. He just stood in front of that red light. So stubborn. So stupidly honest. That's my Ota. He was so cute. I couldn't help it. Packing? What are you talking about?
Your son?
I thought you came here to pack some of Ota's things for his hospital stay.
Ota? At the hospital?
What?
My boy's fine. You shouldn't say things like that to a mother.
You were literally there, though. They even said you were there. Huh.
Oh, this?
She turned the photo towards me.
This is a family photo from when Ota was still small. I wanted to look at it again. I'm a horrible mother. I've always caused trouble for my husband and Ota. They've helped me so many times. I am such a burden.
Look at his face.
They were always smiling. They were so kind. I remember a gift they gave me one Mother's Day. They knew how much I liked floral patterns.
I'm so confused about that
So they gave me this apron and a kitchen knife. Oh, I was so happy. I was crying and smiling, and that's what this photo is from. It's kind of embarrassing, but isn't it such a nice photo?
Yes.
What the
That's
heck?
very nice,
What is
Naomi.
this in his face? Why does his face look like that? Where's your husband now?
Oh, who knows?
Date, I did some research on her husband, Ota's father. His name is Matsushita Takeo.
Oh, that's why his face.
He died of myocardial infarction 5 years ago.
Myocardial infarction. What does that mean?
What is going on here?
Date, I noticed something. Can you look at Mayumi with the thermal imaging turned on?
She's going senile.
Do you see it?
Part of her brain is blue.
That might be due to low blood flow in that part of the brain.
Which means...
Mayumi has an illness. I have checked her hospital records. For the past 6 years, Mayumi has been suffering from dementia.
Dementia?
Symptoms vary considerably, but Mayumi appears to be afflicted by memory loss. She seems to be missing memories.
I see. So that's where those weird comments were coming from. Can she run a diner like that?
It isn't running.
What do you mean?
Matsushita Diner has been closed for 8 years.
Wow.
Matsushita Diner is near the Kabasaki district. It is not technically within the restricted area. However, after the chemical plant explosion, the number of potential customers must have dropped considerably. Before the accident, this diner managed quite well due to its proximity to Bloom Park. Patrons from Bloom Park would often eat here, being the cheaper option. But Bloom Park closed 8 years ago. The customers stopped coming, and then, naturally...
Does Mayumi not notice that the store is closed?
I do not think so.
Because of the dementia?
Yes.
I can't believe it.
Well, is that all? I have to start preparing for the dinner shift.
Sneeze! She went into the kitchen.
Date, let's go. It's better that you leave things be.
You're right.
Alright. Sejima.
How did you get in?
Hopped over the fence.
That's trespassing, you know.
Yeah.
My baseball landed in your backyard. I was just trying to get it back.
Do you know Iris Sagan?
I don't. Who is that?
You know her mom. I showed her a picture of Iris I had.
This girl, do you recall seeing her?
No, I've never seen her.
I detect no noticeable rise in So's body temperature.
This guy's a politician. Lying is his job.
Well, true.
Where were you at 3 a.m. this morning? Probably sleeping. Or at least that's what he'll say.
Here, sleeping, of course. Why? What happened?
Did you not see the news?
No, I've been reading a book. I don't know what happened, but whatever it was, I had nothing to do with it.
Human currents?
I told you yesterday. My relationship with them is perfectly legitimate.
Hey, Aiba. You were still in the middle of the story about So selling and buying the Kabasaki land.
Oh, we can continue that later.
Look, Aiba. A giant salamander.
Mr. Sejima is a wealthy man. Perhaps it is his pet.
Really?
Do you know Iris Sagan?
No. It's this girl. What was that?
Cute.
Nothing. You just said cute, didn't you?
Well,
I did not.
I did not.
You did.
Did not.
Did?
Did.
I said shoot.
Why would you say shoot?
Look, I said I don't know her, all right?
Congressman Sajima was at home all Friday and Saturday.
How about from last night until this morning?
He was in his bedroom, resting.
Can you prove that?
My word should be enough.
Iba, are there any security cameras in the mansion?
There are several. But for some reason, they are all powered off.
Aha.
There is no image data for the past few days.
Really? That's too suspicious to ignore.
Yeah.
Are you finished here?
Vicious.
I'm just getting started.
You won't get anything, no matter what you ask. So Sajima has nothing to do with your case.
It's my job to decide that, not yours.
Okay. I didn't want to get rough. But if I need to, I'll feed you to the koi.
I'd like to see you try.
Date, he's not all talk.
What?
Check his body.
Okay. Oh, he's got a gun.
This guy has a handgun.
It is, of course, real and loaded.
So you're carrying, huh?
What are you talking about?
Don't act dumb. I should have you arrested for firearm violation.
No.
I don't know what
supposed
you're
to have one?
talking about.
The gun you have on you.
I don't have a gun.
I know that you do.
You got a way to prove it?
I could search you.
Oh yeah? How? You need a warrant for that.
Are you finished? If you are done here, I'd like to ask you to leave.
What about my baseball?
Date, I don't believe we can accomplish anything further here. It's better for us to return to HQ.
This is why I hate politicians.
Hospital. Tommy.
Are you okay?
Where's Iris?
Date.
Oh, right, still in
The
surgery.
nurse told me you were here.
Yes, just resting. Iris's surgery was successful.
Oh,
They told me she would be fine.
good.
After I heard that, a weight left my shoulders and I just collapsed.
It seems that she passed out and was brought here.
Oh.
Yeah, the nurse told me.
But I'm fine now. I feel much better.
Where is she?
Iris lost her left eye.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't found it yet. If the optic nerve and blood vessels are intact, they told me they might be able to restore it. But I'm thankful she's alive. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had. While I was waiting for news from Iris's surgery, I started thinking about Monica. And I felt like I was going to lose my mind.
That must have been very painful.
Yes.
Ota.
I am so thankful for Oda. No, words don't even do it justice. Oda saved Iris, didn't he?
I mean, that's what it
I
looks
heard the
like.
police talking about it. If Oda didn't go to the warehouse that night, Iris would be dead. I really don't even know what to say. It's frustrating that there isn't a bigger word for thank you.
Iris and Cell.
So, Sajima? The politician?
Yes. We believe they might know each other.
I don't think so.
What about you?
Hitomi, what were you doing around 3 a.m. today? I don't mean anything by it. I'm just doing my job.
I was sleeping at home. The police came and picked me up around 4 a.m. That's when I heard about all this.
Her testimony matches what was in the investigation material.
The cops came to pick her up around 4?
Correct.
How long does it take to get from Hitomi's house to the warehouse?
20 to 25 minutes by car.
And the polar bear ran out of the warehouse at around 3:15?
Correct.
If you're fast, you can just make it.
Do you suspect Hitomi?
No.
Not necessarily, but...
I know Hitomi knows so, because in a previous timeline, we caught her in So's yard talking to her. Or talking to him. So... there's something about those two.
Oda was actually one of my students. I was his teacher in elementary school. Even back then, he had such a strong sense of justice. Not that I'm one to say, but I believe he grew up to be quite an amazing young man.
He hit me over the head with a
He risked his
walk.
own life to save someone else. His mother must have raised him well.
Sorry for asking you so many questions at a time like this.
No, it's fine.
I should go.
Can't I just... why can't I see Ota? I don't understand.